Hi all and welcome back. Alright, today we're doing 3 ways you can make breadcrumbs. Alright, first way, you can buy them. So if you haven't bought breadcrumbs before, they're in the supermarket aisle where you get your herbs and spices and salts and peppers from. You'll find them there. Alright, the second way is the way my nanny used to do it. So I'd get all my end of breads, you know, your crust and the couple of scungy ones that are left over, and I'd freeze them all until I had a heap up and ready, and then I'd make my own. So you'd get a tray and you'd lay all your bread on the tray and you put it in the oven at 170 degrees. I did these for 30 minutes and they're a little bit over, so I would say 25 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. I'll write it down below anyway. So when you get them like that and they crunch like that, they're ready to go. Alright, so this is how I do it. So I'll crunch them up a bit first. Now you either use a freezer bag, or what I like to do is I'll use the bread bag, take out the bread you're about to use. Alright, fill your bread bag with them. If you haven't got an empty bread bag, grab a freezer bag. Just don't hold it tight with the air. You don't want air in there because you'll pop the bag when you're crushing them. Alright, so chuck them all in your bread bag. Now, if you don't have a rolling pin or a meat cleaver, you can even use a hammer. You're going to use a hammer, so you don't want it to be like that, obviously, because when you go to pop them, you're going to break your bag. So make sure there's no air in the bag, and just leave the bag open at the end. Put them in near the middle. Alright, if you're going to use a hammer, for instance, put a tea towel over the top. Beat them up a bit first. Make sure you don't leave air in the end to pop your bag. Then roll them. Put them back in the middle again and roll. Get yourself out a bag, a bowl. Put them in there. Bam, you have homemade dry breadcrumbs, just like that, people. So that's the second way you make them, alright? And then no matter, depending on what you're cooking, if you were, say, going to do fish, I would add lemon pepper, salt and pepper. So just season it with whatever thing you're going to crumb them for. So there's your dry breadcrumbs, just like that. Like I said, I'll put everything down below for you, alright? So that was off of five pieces of bread. Alright, and the third way is fresh breadcrumbs. Now if you've got a processor, you'd have to use stale bread, because if you use fresh bread in a processor, it will just ball up. But I'm doing it by hand. So if you're out, for instance, camping and you need crumbs, as long as you've got a knife and a board and some bread, you can make your own. So I'm going to do the first bit and then I'll come back to it when I finish. So I just cut them. Now it can be stale or fresh bread. It makes absolutely no difference. So you cut them. It's a little bit of work doing it this way, but you can have fresh breadcrumbs this way. And the object is to just cut them as small as you can. It's really as simple as that. Right? So I'll just do these first ones, small as you can. And they're beautiful, even like nice big chunks on there. Oh, like it's beautiful. So after this video, I'm going to be doing crumb pork chops, and I'll be using these ones for it. And then you just, because it all squeezes together, just get them all separated. Right, get your bowl. And just keep going. If you want them like heaps smaller, just keep cutting them heaps smaller. But that's exactly how I do them. I'll come back in a minute when they're all done. Oh, the other thing is, so I've got a few pieces of fresh bread here, the end bits, but that's not going to be enough for me. So I've got half a loaf of sourdough. So you can use any bread you want. I've got half a loaf of this sitting around. Okay folks, so there's your 3 ways of doing breadcrumbs. Bought, dried breadcrumbs in the oven, and fresh breadcrumbs when you just cut them up as small as you want if you don't have a processor. Now, often as well, like today, I'm going to be doing the crumb pork chops, and that's not going to be enough fresh breadcrumbs for me. So I will tip pretty much most of that in with it and mix them together, and I'll use both. So if you've got a few left in the fridge, in the cupboard of your bought ones, you might be able to make some more dry ones or do your fresh ones, and you just mix them all up. Either way, they're all beautiful. So yeah, folks, there's 3 ways of doing breadcrumbs. Have a good day, and I'll be back soon. Bye.